All right, here is the disclaimer for this video. I don't know all my history. I'm just going to give it the best from like what I know, and then as I get corrections, I will make another video about how wrong I was. Okay, but in the next, I want to thank Dustin Mayfield for lending me these two copies here. Just unbelievable. Just it's so nice to be like the whole Roth community seems to be doesn't seem to be. It is really cool, and it's just nice to know people, meet people, and that are into the same thing, and then to be able to share stuff, knowledge, and this, that, and the other is really cool. To actually have a copy of this and to look at it, to document it, make copies is awesome. Speaking of copies, I have a copy of this catalog. This is a one that a buddy gave me, another Roth buddy, and this is just a reproduction. So we are going to look at that one instead of this one, because this one is it's these are old. We're going to call this a 1964. This is 1963, 64, and 65 catalog. I have never, and I've been really digging especially since I've become a Fink artist, really going into the history and looking for different designs, rare designs. Some, like there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen. It seems like as soon as I discover something, I get more questions than answers. I'll get one question answered, but they don't open, 25 new questions, right? Did that make any sense? I think you know what I'm talking about. But this is my personal copy. So is this, but it's not the original, of course. And then this is Dustin, and this is going back to him today. So Dustin, I'm going to pack your stuff up and get it out. I really appreciate it. Got some ads and some stuff I didn't have. So not just these two catalogs, but this. But okay, let's just start with, I really think the main artist on this is an artist, Wes Bennett. So, and just after going through his stuff and looking at his stuff, especially like his female figures, I can start to tell his work. Okay, and then in here, this is where Ed Newton comes in. And like I said, please, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Get with me, correct me, because, and I say this because I know from my buddy Mark Harmon, who has talked to Ed Newton, that Ed Newton did go back and clean up some of Wes Bennett's designs, and you can tell even just in the print catalogs where that comes into play. And then also think about I'm a silk screener, so I know when you go to screen print something, how artwork needs to be kind of like on point, and how you can change artwork to get even a better silk screen. So if you go in and look at this Wes Bennett, and this is a Mad Dragger. If you look at, see the flames here and the flames here, actually, we're going to go back to that one because it's the better copy. It's so much cleaner through here. You go into around the eyeball, like how much cleaner it is. You just got a little different hairdo here. It looks like you've been to the barbershop. Looks like he's been also working out. We got a little bit more of a bicep here. And then just all of the, like you see, like the wheels, the tires, they're look, especially see all that right here. So when you're printing, even that's so much ink going down, and it's even in the offset printing, it makes problems when it's cleaned up. So my guess is here Wes Bennett, and then this is a Ed Newton cleanup. Also, which is really interesting, I made a copy of this. This Fink at the top is so clean. Like ones I use the ones out of the ads. That one just looks a little different. Okay, so let's look at this 1963. And I was, and here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna pause it real quick. There's a cool little story about them printing, and that's what it looks like. And I want to be very careful with this. This is just, to me, this is just so much like there's so many designs in here that definitely, excuse my ink. I'm dusting my ink. My fingers are clean, I promise. This is definitely these female figures are definitely Wes Bennett. It's just so many interesting designs that are just I've only seen in this catalog. I've seen some other stuff like this social outcast. You know, see, I can even read it now. Is, you know, it's bigger, so I can get a bigger copy of that. I know Ed Newton did went and did that. There's three different versions of this design right here. I mean, it's just, but see, when I look at this, all right, to me, that looks like a Roth himself did this. And that's would be interesting. I wonder if anybody would have that information. This dude's cool. There's just so much. Someone helped up to themselves in this catalog to color in some. I like that. There is, I just now noticed that if you go like that looks like, and there's also, we talked to Richard Ash, who was around at this point and earlier, that might give us some good information on this. Let's see. I mean, this is just such, and speaking of Ed Newton cleaning up, because I know he cleaned up that one. We actually talked about that. I'm looking for Dragnet, but I'm just kind of, every time I look at this, it's just more. I just can't believe it. It's just so cool. It's just so cool. And supposedly in the Brucker, there's that drawing by Ed Roth, and then but it's not the final. But no, still it's just so cool. So much history here. And then there's Dragnet, the next one. Okay, so I'm gonna show you all these. Love speed shift. All right, so like a difference in, all right, so check out this Dragnet. Says 63. And then you go to, let's go to the 64 catalog. And I went through the 65 catalog to see if there was a Dragnet in there, and there wasn't. But the 64 Dragnet is, and I have some pages out of this. Okay, so maybe very careful here. So if you look, I mean, it's just like totally different. I mean, it's just totally different artwork all together. Look at that Dragnet and this Dragnet. I'm always fascinated by, I really think Dragnet is my favorite character in all the Roth characters. I love that helmet with the scallops on it. I love like just, I know, I love this design, but also like going back and looking at other designs. And then there's some newer ones. R.K. Sloan did one. And then you've got the model box, and this is the original model box. You know, like it's, so, and that's another thing I want to get into, the like Revell, where is that Dragnet? It's hard to, we'll pop it right here. Tell me what a difference. It's just so cool looking at all the different. Man, that's awesome. Anyway, I don't even know how much more I'm going to talk about all this stuff, because I just really wanted to show, definitely show this 63 catalog, because it's not, I've just never seen it before. It's just so cool like this. And the reason I say, like, I also think that this is newer. So I've got a pretty good collection of the Rat Fink ads. I need to do a video on what all my Rat Fink ad collections. Ed Roth ads. I've got a lot out of Carcraft. That's the most publication I have the most out of. But this Rat Fink motorcycle and that Social Outcast are in a couple of the early designs, but they don't, you know, it's kind of like those designs are gone. Like they're not in here. I did see an interview with Ed Roth where he talked about if, you know, some of his favorite designs, someone asked him what was his favorite designs. And someone, that's probably just an order blank page. And someone's going to figure out here how much they owed Ed Roth. And then we got some coloring in here. It's cool that like, the back of the catalog says a little bit something different. And then we got the back of the 65, doesn't have anything on there. What was it? I totally lost my train of thought. What I was going to talk about. Oh yeah. So like those, I saw an interview with Ed Roth, and he said that on YouTube, saw an old interview, and someone asked him what was his favorite designs, and he said the ones that sell, some of his favorite designs are gone because they just weren't. No one was purchasing them, so he had to, like, you just have to let them go. And it's interesting seeing, first of all, like how different the artwork changes through the catalogs, and then what is like left out. And even today, what's still available. It would be interesting to go through here, and I probably could, like, to see what is still, of course, like, Rat Fink Kitten, but see, Get Punched, it disappears. I don't think Get Punched is in here. We can flip through here real quick. And this is probably the most, I guess, popular catalog's the one I've seen the most. I know that this, they're still printing this. Brother Rat Fink is really popular. I still think you can buy that. You can buy the change. Wild Child is still, except this is the old Wild Child. Ed Roth would change that later on. But we're just going through here looking for Get Punched, and what I'll probably do is say it's not in here, and it is in here, like I totally miss it. This is, and see like that looks like an older design. I love this one right here, but you can definitely tell. I like all the artists. Just so many Rat Fink artists have brought so much to the table. Wes Bennett, Ed Newton, Robert Williams, Jeff Gaither, and just like, and R.K. Sloan, Fisher, like those, like just bring so much to the table. It's just so much history. And then today you got artists doing takes on this. It's just such good stuff. Von Franco, I left out Von Franco. But this design, I don't know about now, but this one's still, stuck around. But then like Speed Shift, I don't know if Speed Shift is still being done today. So what was I looking for? Get Punched. Let's see. And then like just think about, and even the hillbilly hats are, like Mark Harmon is making these now. And there were several stages of Ed Roth doing them too, but Mark's kind of is carrying on that tradition of keeping those hats, and they've kind of they're really, really nice. I've seen the trouble he goes through to make sure they look nice and get the right kind of hat and all that stuff. But anyway, yeah, I hope you found that as interesting as I did. I cannot thank you enough, Dustin Mayfield, for letting me borrow these. Yeah. And if you want to tell me how wrong I am on any of this stuff, you can. Like, I'm pretty sure this is, I'm going by 63, and then the 64, and then I know this is known as the 65. So, and it also says it right here. All right, hey, thank you for watching this stuff. And I'm just, like you are, if you've made it this far, you probably ate up with Roth as much as I am. I had no idea when I became a Rat Fink artist that this was gonna happen. Like, I was gonna get this far deep down into the history, and it's like I'm still like learning. And the more I learn, just the more excited I am. The more ideas I get, the more prints I want to make, the more I want to talk to the original artist, like Richard Ashe. Had conversations with him, and with I love to talk to Ed Newton in person. But anyway, just all of them, and even like just like the like meeting people on Instagram and through this video, through this, all this, it's just been incredible. All right, anyway, thank you. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff everybody else says that I do half the time. All right, have a great day.